Hi there. It's Angelique, and today I want to chat about the effervescent joy of self-care. See, we've been practicing self-care for years, decades, centuries actually, but it just never really had a name. We've been creating space for the things that make us happy, and our mothers probably preached the gospel of wanting their me time. See, self-care, it ain't new to this. It's pretty true to this. Self-care is generally defined as the intentional action taken to care for your overall health, mental, physical, and emotional. It's the daily thing that we all have to keep in mind, and your self-care is just that, yours. It's not up to anyone else to define your self-care routine, because as the saying goes, no one knows you better than you know yourself. And it's more than just face masks and bubble baths. It's creating boundaries. It's saying no when you really want to say no. It's putting your phone on Do Not Disturb and doing absolutely nothing. It's going to therapy and taking your meds. Self-care is just that, the care of self. And just like joy and gratitude go hand in hand, so does joy and self-care. Your self-care routine, whatever you choose it to be, needs to be rooted in joy. The things that bring us joy, that's also your self-care. And just like joy is so radical, girl, so is self-care. And it took a lot of unlearning to realize that if I'm not my best self, I cannot do my best for anyone else. I simply cannot pour from an empty cup. It's science, y'all. So when I realized my self-care was radical and necessary and not something done to punish others, it became my joy. The things that bring me joy are the same things that are intentional parts of my self-care routine. Cutting and eating a mango, baking pies, chatting with my therapist every 2 weeks, doing a good deed every day. Those are all in my joy toolbox and part of my self-care routine. And a thing I started during lockdown last year and something I really need to bring back, even though the world is starting to open up, is my self-care Sunday. I was inspired by an episode of Insecure on HBO, but every Sunday I would do a yoga practice or take a bath, catch up on my podcast, maybe even paint my nails, do a face mask, give myself space to do whatever I wanted that felt good. One Sunday, it was sitting on the back porch drinking French Chardonnay for hours. Another Sunday, it was simply arranging flowers on my dinner table for the week. And it made such a difference. I was able to start the week refreshed and breathing a little bit easier and surely more joyful. Because look, we need all the joy we can get to handle Mondays, am I right? If you're struggling to decide what's part of your self-care routine, I suggest making a list of all of the things you love to do. Don't think about it too hard. Just a list of things that make you happy, things that bring you joy, and things that calm you down. And then do one thing on that list a day. And if you're feeling up to it, maybe try to do 2 or 3 things a day. And before you know it, you've established a habit of thinking of yourself and asking yourself, what do I need today to do what I need to do? And that's self-care. I cannot promise that it'll solve all of your problems or make the world look less like hellfire, but you'll have all that you need to fight the wars and battles you face, both internally and externally. You'll have the tools to fight and rest and believe and calm down and be joyful when everything wants you to be the exact opposite. Self-care is the Swiss Army pocket knife in your joy toolbox. Whip it out. Use it. All the little parts and pieces. You got this. Now go and reclaim your joy.